Let's be honest, you felt it. That low-grade background hum of anxiety every time you see a headline about artificial intelligence. It's a feeling shared by millions. Recent Gallup polling found that over half of all working Gen Z adults feel anxious about generative AI's impact on the workplace. You scroll through articles predicting that AI will automate entry-level tasks, making it even harder for young people to get a foothold in their careers, and the dread just builds. It feels like we're all standing on a beach watching a technological tsunami gather on the horizon, about to wash away every job we've ever worked for. But what if I told you that entire narrative, that entire fear is built on a flawed premise? What if the single biggest threat to your career isn't some all-powerful sentient AI? What if the real threat is your coworker? Maybe Sarah from accounting or Ben from marketing who just spent their weekend learning how to use it. Because the data, the trends, and the real-world evidence are all pointing to one counterintuitive truth: AI won't take your job. But a person who knows how to wield AI absolutely will. So if you're tired of the anxiety and ready for a real strategy, stick around. We're about to deconstruct this myth and give you a new playbook for not just surviving, but thriving in the age of AI. And make sure you're subscribed, because we're just getting started on building your future. 1. The myth versus the reality. AI isn't your enemy. That tsunami of fear isn't just in your head, it's fueled by some truly terrifying numbers. You've probably seen the headline from Goldman Sachs that AI could replace the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs. It's a figure so massive it's hard to even comprehend, and it paints a grim picture of mass unemployment and robotic overlords. But this is a classic case of a headline telling only half the story, the scariest half. To get the full picture, you have to look past the initial shock value and dive into the more nuanced and frankly more optimistic data. The World Economic Forum's 2025 Future of Jobs report offers a crucial counter-narrative. While they project that technological shifts, including AI, could displace around 92 million roles by 2030, they also forecast that these same trends will create 170 million new ones. You don't need an AI to do that math. That's a net global increase of 78 million jobs. The story isn't one of simple destruction, it's one of profound transformation and structural change. The fundamental misunderstanding at the heart of our collective AI anxiety is the failure to distinguish between a task and a job. A job is rarely one single monolithic activity. It's a bundle of dozens, sometimes hundreds of different tasks. AI is not coming for your entire job. It's coming for the most repetitive, predictable, and soul-crushing tasks within it. McKinsey's research projects that by 2030, AI could automate activities that account for up to 30% of the hours we currently work. This isn't job elimination, it's task delegation on a massive scale. Think back to the arrival of the personal computer. It didn't wipe out the role of the office worker, it revolutionized it. A fund accountant in the 1980s spent their days manually calculating a mutual fund's share price with paper and a calculator. Today, that task is automated, but we still have fund accountants. Their time has simply been reallocated to higher value work like analysis, strategy, and oversight. Let's make this real. Consider a graphic designer. They aren't being replaced by an image generator. Instead, the designer who used to spend an entire day painstakingly creating a dozen mood board concepts can now prompt an AI to generate 50 variations in 10 minutes. This doesn't make them obsolete, it makes them exponentially more efficient. It frees them from the grunt work of basic ideation so they can dedicate their uniquely human talent to high-level brand strategy, complex client negotiations, and refining the final emotionally resonant design. Or take an entry-level market research analyst. Their job used to be 80% manual data compilation and spreadsheet cleaning. Now AI handles that in seconds. Their role hasn't disappeared. It has been elevated. They now spend their time doing what was once reserved for senior analysts, interpreting the data, spotting hidden trends, and crafting the strategic insights that actually drive business decisions. Even in customer service, AI chatbots are taking over the high-volume, low-complexity queries like, "Where is my order?" This allows human agents to focus their empathy and problem-solving skills on the complex, emotionally charged issues that can make or break a customer relationship. This process is what we should really be talking about: the great rebundling of work. Every job is just a collection of tasks bundled together under a title. AI is systematically unbundling those tasks. It's automating the predictable and forcing us to rebundle the remaining human-centric tasks, critical thinking, creativity, strategic planning, emotional intelligence into new and far more valuable roles. The very definition of a job is becoming more fluid and dynamic than ever before. This means your future career success won't be defined by a static job title, but by your ability to continuously adapt and rebundle your unique skills into new powerful combinations that solve the problems of tomorrow. 2. The meta skill of the future, AI fluency. So if the future isn't about being replaced by AI, but about working alongside it, what's the one skill you need to master? It's not learning to code a neural network from scratch. It's something far more accessible and ultimately more powerful: AI fluency. To understand its importance, let's look back. In the 19th century, the meta skill that separated the workforce was literacy. In the late 20th century, it was computer proficiency. You didn't need to know how to build a microprocessor in 1995, but you absolutely had to know how to use a word processor and a spreadsheet. Today, we are at a similar inflection point. You don't need a PhD in machine learning to succeed, but you do need AI fluency. So what is it in its simplest terms? AI fluency is the ability to collaborate with AI systems in ways that are effective, efficient, ethical, and safe. It's about learning to think with AI, not just about it. It's a practical skill set, a new kind of digital literacy that breaks down into a few core pillars. First, there's prompt crafting. This is the art and science of communicating with an AI. It's the difference between asking a vague question and giving a precise, context-rich directive. Asking an AI to write a marketing email is like asking a new intern to do some marketing. You'll get a generic, useless result. A fluent user, however, knows how to guide the AI. They'll write something like act as a senior copywriter for a direct-to-consumer sustainable apparel brand targeting Gen Z. Our tone is witty, slightly irreverent, and eco-conscious. Draft 3 compelling subject lines and a 150-word email announcing our new sneaker line made from recycled ocean plastic. Emphasize the limited edition drop and create a sense of urgency. That level of detail, the persona, the tone, the context, the constraints is what separates a useless output from a game-changing first draft. Second is output evaluation. AI models are incredibly powerful, but they are not infallible. They can hallucinate facts, perpetuate biases from their training data, and present incorrect information with absolute confidence. An AI-fluent individual cultivates a healthy skepticism. They treat every AI output as a starting point, not a final answer. They know how to cross-reference claims, spot inconsistencies, and use their own critical thinking and domain knowledge to verify and refine the information. This human oversight is not a bug. It's the most crucial feature of the human-AI partnership. Finally, there's workflow integration. This is the strategic ability to look at your entire work process and identify exactly where AI can provide the most leverage. It's about recognizing the repetitive, time-consuming bottlenecks in your day, summarizing long reports, transcribing meeting notes, writing basic code snippets, analyzing raw data, and seamlessly plugging in AI tools to handle them. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being smart. This isn't about being lazy, it's about being smart. It's about automating the low-value tasks to free up your time and cognitive energy for the high-value work that truly requires your unique human intelligence. Paradoxically, the rise of this new technical fluency makes our most human skills more valuable than ever. A 2025 Deloitte survey revealed that over 80% of Gen Z and millennials believe soft skills like communication, leadership, and empathy are now even more important for career advancement than technical skills. This isn't a contradiction. As AI handles more of the routine cognitive load, the work that remains for us is inherently strategic, creative, and interpersonal. AI fluency is the bridge. It's the skill that lets you offload the machine work, which in turn creates more time and mental bandwidth for you to excel at the things machines can't do. AI doesn't replace your creativity. It clears the administrative clutter so you have more room to be creative. 3. Whose future is it the AI-powered will prevail? Understanding that AI is a tool is the first step. The next is recognizing that, like any powerful tool, it creates a massive compounding advantage for those who learn to use it effectively. The future of work isn't a dystopian wasteland, it's a bifurcated landscape, a great divide between the AI augmented and the AI averse. And the productivity gap between these two groups is already becoming a chasm. This isn't speculation, the data is already rolling in. One landmark study found that consultants using generative AI completed 12.2% more tasks, finished them 25.1% faster, and produced work of 40% higher quality than their non-AI using peers. Another study of customer service agents found that AI augmentation led to a 14% average increase in productivity, as measured by issues resolved per hour. These aren't minor improvements. In the hyper-competitive landscape of the modern career, a sustained 14 to 40% advantage is the difference between climbing the ladder and being left on the bottom rung. To make this tangible, imagine two entry-level employees starting at the same company. Let's call them Alex and Ben. Alex, the resistor, sticks to the old ways. They spend their week meticulously writing every email from scratch, building every presentation slide by hand, and manually sifting through data. They are constantly busy working hard, but their output is fundamentally capped by the number of hours in a day. Ben, the augmenter, takes a different approach. He uses AI as his personal co-pilot. He has it draft his routine emails, generate outlines for his presentations, summarize dense research reports, and run initial analyses on datasets to spot patterns. The time Ben saves isn't spent scrolling on his phone, it's reinvested into higher value activities. He uses it to network with colleagues from other departments, to think more deeply about project strategy, and to take on innovative side projects that get him noticed by leadership. After 1 year, who is more valuable to the company, who has a more impressive portfolio of work, who gets the promotion and the pay raise, it's not even a competition. But here's the most empowering part of this new reality. The data also shows that AI's productivity boost is most pronounced among the least skilled and least experienced workers. In the customer service study, while the average productivity gain was 14%, the newest and lowest skilled workers saw their performance jump by a staggering 35%. AI acts as a great equalizer. It essentially embeds the tacit knowledge and best practices of an organization's top performers into a tool that anyone can access. It can be your personal tutor, your writing coach, your coding assistant, helping you ramp up and master new skills faster than any generation before you. This transformation isn't just about doing old jobs better. It's about creating entirely new categories of work that didn't exist 5 years ago. The AI economy is creating a surge in demand for non-technical roles that bridge the gap between human needs and machine capabilities. We're seeing the rise of careers like AI ethics specialists who ensure algorithms are fair and unbiased, AI policy analysts who advise governments on regulation, and AI UX designers who focus on making these powerful tools intuitive and human-centered. The future needs more than just coders. It needs communicators, ethicists, designers, and strategic thinkers. The most critical skill in this new world isn't a specific programming language. It's a mindset of continuous learning, curiosity, and radical adaptability. Conclusions. So, no, a robot is not coming to steal your job. The fear-mongering headlines have it all wrong. The real question you need to ask yourself is this: will you be the person who masters these new tools, or will you be outmaneuvered and outperformed by someone who does the choice is yours? AI isn't a passive force that is happening to you. It is the single most powerful lever for productivity and creativity that your generation has ever been handed. The future of your career isn't being written in Python or C++. It's being defined every day by your own curiosity, your adaptability, and your willingness to learn. This isn't a threat to be feared. It is the single biggest opportunity you will ever have to reshape the world of work on your own terms. What's one AI tool you've been curious to try, or one that's already changing how you work? Drop it in the comments below, and let's build a resource list together. And if you're ready to build your own playbook for the future, make sure you subscribe to GenShift and hit that notification bell. The next shift is always coming.